Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play of the full version of the crew, and in this episode I'm going to be just talking about the March 1st update that was released last week in the crew, and whether if it's any good or not. So let's jump right into the video, and basically I'm going to start with the content that has been added into the game. Officially added into the game that people can get. This is the Ferrari 458 Italia police circuit spec, and this is the fastest car in the game right now. The police edition is faster than the racer version, and overall this is the fastest circuit spec car that I've tested. Nothing else can compete with this thing at all. And I don't know what this random guy's gonna do. He's just showing off. Anyway. Basically, this is the fastest circuit spec car in the game. Has a higher It has much higher top speed stat than the racer version of the 458 circuit spec, but it actually doesn't. The stats says it's a higher top speed, but it doesn't have a higher top speed. It's about 3 miles an hour slower. I don't know why this guy's following me, to be completely honest. But this also has better braking stats. I don't know for a fact if this thing actually does truly have better braking, but it does feel like it does better brakes. And again, overall, this is the fastest circuit spec car in the entire game right now, which is kind of concerning, but at the same time, not really, because you can still keep up with this thing in the corners. Hopefully, they'll redo the AMG GT and it'll make it so that it can keep up with this thing. But yeah, you saw the police lights. The police lights are pretty cool on this. The way they designed them, being in the headlights and then the spoiler as well. Overall, a pretty nice addition to the game. The police lights are kind of buggy on the light bar. Is this knob gonna crash into me? No. You can be on your way, boy. But yeah, pretty nice addition to the game, I guess. Was Season Pass exclusive, but not anymore. Well, it kind of is, actually. Still. And that was the first car that they added into the update. This actually is the second car that they added in. It was available at the start in the car dealership. Now, this actually had a bug where if you bought it, it would actually send you to the start screen and it would just take your money. But thankfully, they managed to fix that bug very, very quickly. As soon as the game launched, pretty much a couple of hours after the game launched, they fixed that bug. And it's fine now. You can purchase it without losing your money. But yeah, overall this is a pretty nice car. It's got very nice visual modifications. It's got a spoiler, custom rear lights, rear bumper, front bumper, and of course the fenders on the side, which is pretty cool. Very nice addition overall. And that's pretty much all the police cars that were added into the game. There's nothing else that you can officially get right now. Nothing from hidden in the crates. It's just nothing. The update was rather boring. Now, moving on to the changes that have been done with the crew, and I'm gonna actually, while I'm on the police cars right now, I'm gonna show you this the Gallardo circuit spec police, and as you can see, it's got different rims from what it was before. It used to have the just the racing rims with the yellow border around them, and they actually updated the police lights on this car. As you can see now, there's some police lights inside the headlights, which is pretty nice, I guess. Before they were actually just simply white lights that glowed with the headlights, but now they are red and blue lights in the headlights, which is pretty cool. But yeah, quite a few changes done to the game. Mostly being actually session updates. For the most part, the session system is actually kind of broken. The session management system is kind of broken, and so pretty much, let's just say most of the time you're 4 players, but before it would immediately sync you up with like 8 players at once, which is quite something. Just want to check to see if this doesn't have any changes with the police lights, and it doesn't. Now, a few changes done in the police HQ, and overall just the HQ as well. They actually changed the slider for the police cars. There used to be a bunch of dots down at the bottom of the screen, but now it's a nice, clean-looking slider, and I like that. A very nice minor change to the game. But like I said, the main issues that were addressed with the game were the session management. Quite a few changes with the session management, some other stuff like that. And then of course there were hidden updates as well, like the Gallardo that I showed you, and then I'll show you a couple other ones. But mainly, this month's update actually changed a lot with the Summit. The Summit went through a lot of major changes. I haven't done the Summit yet, Now, pretty much the qualifiers have actually been reduced quite a lot, and now the qualifiers actually last a week in the game. And this month we're going to have 3 of them, but if it was actually a normal before the system change, we would actually have like 6 monthly summits, the qualifiers, because the qualifiers would last about half a week before, but now they last a full week, so they had to cut those in half. And of course they also changed the rewards with the qualifiers as well. As you can see, I'm just showing you the rewards here. Fairly obvious as to what the rewards are. You actually get crew credits. 100. Pretty much you only get nothing but crew credits if you're in Platinum with the qualifier, which is nice. And of course the other main change that has been done, is with the monthly summit. The summit that happens at the end of the month. And that is the summit reward being changed. Now you actually get a random vehicle that you don't currently own. It's a mystery vehicle, so pretty much at the end of the summit, whatever thing you win here, it'll actually choose a random vehicle from something you don't own yet. I'm actually curious to know what it'll actually give you if you already own the vehicles. I'm pretty sure it's just 20,000 crew credits and nothing else. And you cannot win police cars from this either, so it's just basically normal full stock vehicles in racer form. You cannot win police cars. There were a couple of other changes as well that went down with this update. I'm just going to fast travel over to here. Some of them I didn't quite see, but yeah, let me actually get the perf spec AMG GT here. Nothing else was really done. None of the cars are retuned to have better braking. The AMG GT still has bad brakes in perf spec and circuit spec, but they did do a few changes with the AMG GT. Mainly being the issues that I addressed with mentioned with this car, and that is spoiler options numbers 2 through 4 having holes, having random gaps around the spoiler that you could see through the body and stuff with. Those are fixed. Those issues don't exist anymore, which is very good. And the other issue I also mentioned is the interior issue. Before, this was actually not properly placed in the interior. The little icons, they were actually floating in an awkward position. I'll put a screenshot on the video right about now showing what they used to look like, and obviously now you can see what they look like now, so they fixed those up. Unfortunately they didn't actually fix the floating icons in the middle of the dash, but that's not too major of an issue. I don't mind those too much. Those don't look too bad. Most of the time you're only going to see those issues if you actually go around in photo mode and look and try and find them. But yeah, for the most part, the AMG GT is fixed, except for the major part that needs to be fixed, and that is bad brakes. Please fix those. Addressed on my forum thread as well, which I will link in the description as well, so for those that you want to check it out and see what's up with that. You can see what's going down with that. But pretty much that's the March 1st update in a nutshell. I don't know if there's anything else that's been done, but you can look at the patch notes yourself on their website. I'm going to end the video off here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.